today is talk about the concept of multiple truths. Let's count off into fives. So, Robert, can you be one?
Five.
Hey, we want. Go ahead. Oh, God.
All right. So in front of you, you have a bag of cereal, obviously, and your task for the next 10 minutes. We'll give you 10. Your task is to tell me what brand of cereal this is. You might want to write this down. What brand of cereal this is. To whom it's marketed. And what the marketing probably looks like. What the marketing strategy is.
Targeted at the
Okay.
older crowd.
All right? So, go. Feel free to eat the cereal. Do whatever you need to do. The bag is yours. 10 minutes.
Target up.
Okay, so marketing. It has molecules and fiber in it.
Fiber 1.
I see some soy milk going with this.
Because what age do you start really enjoying animation and having your own toys that like your parents let you do?
2. Yeah, they do like toys.
Okay, let's start in the back with Birdie.
Our cereal is Fruit Loops. They're marketed to children ages 2 to 12, both genders. The cover of the cereal would have lots of animation, like toucans, and lots of color. It would have to do with adventure, like pirates or sailing or something.
The target audience was people who like sweetened cereal and enjoy cereal in general, like as a snack or breakfast food, centering on children. Their marketing strategies include like appealing to kids who watch TV or people who watch TV and like cartoons with the cartoon leprechaun.
Sarah said to market to them in like a bright box or something like that, or to market them to healthy people in like a recyclable box.
If you have a handful of them, kind of spread them out in your hand. What about the shape of this wheat flake would make you think that they're for little kids and grandmas?
And the grandmas aren't going to care if they're in the shape of like cats and leprechauns, but little kids might be too young to look at them and distinguish and be like, oh, I'm going to make the leprechaun fight the cat, you know? So.
All right, so we're getting a little more in depth here. You guys had easy ones. Now it's getting harder.
And maybe the box has the white bowl with the cereal in it, and a nice portion with the nice skim milk, and a nice little toast and orange juice and a little flour base on the side. And then in the background, there's a girl doing yoga. So like, you know, cereals and by the girl doing yoga, it's probably marketed to like the 20-some, 30-some year old chicks that want to be very healthy, and guys too, I guess. And because it has that very, it's not very colorful, as you can see. Very bland.
So how do you know the difference? Like, how is this marketed toward a 27-year-old doing yoga who goes to coffee shops? You guys are so specific. Great job. Fantastic job. 27-year-old who does yoga and goes to coffee shops, and 5-year-olds and grandmas. Two drastically different groups. And it's just like this. How did you guys get that from this? This is going to sound ridiculous, but the design of this, okay? Like,
And it's hollow inside.
It's hollow inside? Because this is not a mistake, people, right? Like, this is a billion-dollar industry, cereal is. So people sat around a table and were like, I think it needs to be smaller, no, it needs to be bigger. Like, why? What about that shape? Or the texture? I'm dropping another word.
They're too plain.
What would it look like if it was a circle?
Buttons.
It wouldn't be hollow for one.
It sounds silly, but it's true, right? Like, you arrived at that point somehow. Somehow you arrived at this is for 27-year-old yoga people, which I think is genius. Okay, let's move on.
So we thought it was Fiber 1 because that's the only brand we know.
And because of the taste and the texture, it's too hard for children, and it's too bland for like Lucky Charms or Fruit Loops. So we thought it'd be for older people or people over 40 that are really health conscious, and are really interested in the fiber aspect and not care about the taste.
This is cardboard tasting cereal that looks really gross too.
Stick looking thing, little twig thing, and then you have this little flake thing, and then you have a piece of dried fruit.
Oh, and you have like the.
Oh, and then a little cluster of something. Has anybody ever been on a diet before?
Yes.
If you've ever been on a diet, you know, right? It gets kind of boring. So I think maybe it's variety, like you guys said, variety of vitamins. It's like, ooh, it looks so, when you kind of crumple it up like that, it looks so like bountiful and hearty. Oh yeah. Not like boring. Okay, how did you know this was for old people?
Although those people are health conscious, they still enjoy taste, and it's not colorful.
What's the difference between these two?
That bar.
This one seems to be very honest. Like no doubt about it. It is what it is. Yes.
So people who are younger, like me, don't like to stick to their diets ever. So as you get older, you find that you're committing to more things, and so you commit to eating healthier and don't care as much about the taste, but you care more about the commitment or the actual losing weight. So then they go with that.
Okay, are you ready to unveil your cereals? Lucky Charms, straight up. Buzz Lucky Charms.
No doubt about it.
It was.
Wheaties.
What would you do if you found out you were wrong?
Fruit Loops. But important, eating right Fruit Loops. There's a difference. And Good Friends, which I think is the most rhetorically interesting cereal box in all of existence. I'm going to give you another 5 minutes, and I want you to take a look at your cereal boxes and confirm or not confirm whether your suspicions were true. Okay. So some of you now have very interesting boxes. You want to think about how they market to the consumer logically, using passion and using ethos, which is character. All right, go. 5 minutes.
A little hard to say this good. And it's oatmeal, it's not.
And we have the obligatory animated characters.
We're going to walk you through some of these boxes, and then we're going to start looking more quickly. This was the weird twig cereal.
The 33% fiber.
Okay, 33% fiber is pretty big. Also, what's freaking huge?
The faces.
The faces and Good Friends and high fiber. Why? So put those things together.
High fiber.
Fiber makes it a good friend.
And that are like, they want like, first off I'm going to point out the color. The color of purple is like a very intellectual color. It means that you're artistic and stuff. And then it's a different shade of purple, so it'd be like, it's more of a mode, kind of.
What are some of the values of these women? A quartet of flames. So a quartet, what does that remind you of?
Four.
It's a classical music reference, kind of,
Yes,
right?
it's a group
So
of
it's
four playing one
intellectual.
song.
It's intellectual. Look at
Women
the
with
back.
close-knit friends. They go to book clubs.
They do go to book clubs. What are other values of these women?
It looks like a
The
letter.
first thing you notice about this one.
It's
Healthy kids.
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew, there's a cartoon character on it. Obviously, this is about kids. What do we have all the way up in the corner?
Eat right.
Why is that? Why do you think that's in the corner?
It's probably less sugar.
I think this is so rhetorically interesting. What do you make of this?
It's bland.
Oatmeal.
It
that man.
looks like George Washington.
The old man.
Alright, we're gonna have to raise hands, okay?
I brought up the topic that when I see the Quaker guy, like I feel homey and safe and.
But it scares me.
Let's take this apart. Let's take this apart. What? So Quaker, what is that a reference to?
Religion.
Philadelphia, religion, what else?
Nixon?
Nina?
Simplicity.
Simplicity, austerity, what else? What are you evoking when you evoke a picture like this?
Traditional.
Traditional, absolutely. What kind of traditional? Birdie?
Like old-fashioned and good quality type traditional.
It's an old company.
Good quality how?
Like they take their time to actually make it.
Tried and true, kind of.
Yeah.
Where, yeah?
It's like grandma's cooking.
Like grandma's cooking. It's also, I think, evokes feelings of nationalism, right? Like Philadelphia, birthplace of the country kind of thing. What about the rest of the box? What else is most visible to you on the front
heart?
box? The heart, right? So it's
Golden
healthy.
maple.
Look at how many times the Quaker, when I sent Donnie and Devin to the store, on the grocery list, Ben was laughing at me, I wrote Puritan oatmeal man or something. I was like, and what about the Puritan oatmeal man? And they're like, what? But look at how many times he's on the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, it's crazy. He's on there 9 times. What is that about?
Odd numbers appeal to
1, 2, 3.
No.
Why that picture? Not what? It's not 9 hearts.
Yeah, they're 9.
Why 9 pictures of the guy?
9 is a magical
It's not
number.
really like old brand and people trust it. It's not some sort of weird off-brand that you get in the organic food stores or something. Like,
Why is this not a picture of Betsy Ross? Why is it a dude? Why is it a white dude?
Why is it Betsy Ross?
That's the best way to be.
You just see represents the company.
But it's not accidental, right?
Well,
Nicholas?
would it be because white Anglo-Saxon men were of power, like they were, how to explain it?
They
were the founders. This is a picture of power,
Right.
right?
Judges.
It's a picture of power. He's wearing one of the wigs. He's got a little suit on. I mean, in lots of ways, this is a picture of power. So look up there to the board where I wrote ethos, logos, and pathos is what we're going to start going over. Which one of these does the Puritan oatmeal man embody?
Ethos.
Ethos, exactly. But what you guys did today was you did rhetorical analysis. You didn't use any words. You just looked, what you had in your hand. You can do this you can do it with photos. You can do it with advertisements. You can do it with T-shirts, with anything. And you made new meaning out of it. You did analysis. That's what you guys are going to have to do with your stories. So you're not just retelling something. You're not just summarizing something. You're making new meaning. Questions?